Hello yogis, my name is April and welcome to the Yoga Ranger Studio and welcome to this very special practice. Special in that I know I have felt this way and I know that many of you out there have probably felt emotionally and energetically exhausted. Maybe it's something in your life, you've been a caregiver or there's been a lot of call for your energy, demands on your time and your energy and your emotions because they're all kind of tied together and you are feeling tired. Not just physically, but as if maybe your physical body might be okay, you might be feeling fine physically, but you feel like there's like a deeper depletion going on, like energetically you have no battery power and emotionally you have nothing more to give. And know, first and foremost, you are not alone. I am with you, and there are many others out there as well. And this is a time and a practice to care for that. We're going to be working with some meridians, of course, that are related more with energy and balancing energy and taking care of ourselves. But we're going to do it with some really deep loving care, some self-love, self-support. And so I'm going to ask you to gather a blanket or a beach towel or a big thick towel from your bathroom or a couple of them and roll them up into a little roll you see over here. Lucy's demoing our pillow. If you have a big fluffy bed pillow or a big pillow like this is like a big square, sort of like a Euro pillow that's kind of a big square that's super soft, or even a blanket that you can kind of gather together and make into sort of a cozy thing. Grab those things, bring them into your space, and let them support you. Let them give you a little extra love because you're tired and you need that. You need some energy and some emotion coming in and helping just really kind of restore and nourish and nurture yourself. Helping protect that little flame that you have. So Lucy's already taken over my blanket and my pillow. She loves this pillow. So taking that rolled blanket or towel or whatever you have toward the edge and top end of your mat, you're going to place your big pillow or a couple of your soft bed pillows on the edge there and come into child's pose but with some support. So taking your big toes together, your knees as wide, giving yourself space to breathe and be. I like to put my hands on the pillow, but if you like to tuck your arms underneath and hug that pillow to you, that can feel really good. You need a hug, the pillow needs a hug, and you can feel a lot better that way. Whatever you choose, turn your head to one side or the other, and I'll let you know when you can change sides. Prop yourself up and feel really soft. This is why I love this pillow because it's super soft and a little bit squishy. And I feel like I can just soften into it. Let your shoulders widen away from one another. Let your back lengthen. Feel gravity holding you, the earth beneath you holding you. Very slowly and gently turn your head to the other side if your head has been turned. Very slowly and gently bring your hands on top of that pillow and just slowly start to press yourself back up, almost like a cat massaging the space. Sitting up, taking a few breaths here. Even just a few minutes of quiet and self-care can make a huge difference sometimes in our energy and emotional aspect. Taking the pillow off to the side. We use our blanket roll here at the top end. I'm going to switch directions here. And just coming all the way down and taking that nice pillow or blanket roll down the center, or you can take it lengthwise. So sometimes it may feel like you need more opening in the upper chest, and maybe you feel like you need more opening side to side. Choosing that. So maybe you take it down the middle, maybe you take it across the back, whatever feels intuitive for you. Today it feels good to sort of take the blanket and put it down the middle for me. You want to have your head fully supported here, so making sure that your head is still on that. You can take your legs out straight, or you can take them knees bent. If you find once you get here that maybe you thought you might need the other direction, you can always change that blanket roll to be right underneath the arms and let your arms go out to the side wide. And this is going to open your chest in the upper portion versus left to right. Allow your spine to sink into the blanket roll, however you may have it. Maybe after a while you feel your shoulders start to just soften and release. It may take a little while. But let them just start to curl over that blanket roll and soften. Preparing to come out, just bending your knees, bringing your feet flat. You can either roll a little bit off to the side if you have it right down the center of your back, or you can press through your heels, lift your hips, and slide that blanket off to the side, just coming all the way down onto your back. Maybe here, turning your head side to side a few times. And then here, just letting your bottoms of your feet come together, your knees come out wide. They could be closer to your hips or they could be further away. And we're going to start to move the upper body a little bit over toward the right. So this may be a lot or a little. It depends entirely on your body today. And then starting to take your hands up, interlace your fingers and rest them behind your head. And let your elbows fall toward the floor. Now, if they're really far from the floor, you can always take a blanket underneath or use a little prop. Maybe you find you can go a little bit further once you get here. And settling into your breath. Working with a little heart opening as well as a little bit of energy balance for the kidneys. Side body release. Starting to pick your head up and shift back to center. Maybe taking your hands to the outside of your thighs, bringing your knees together for a few breaths. And then here again, letting your feet come together, knees fall open. Maybe this time you take your feet further away or closer. Starting to shift your upper body over to the other side. Interlacing hands behind you, taking those elbows wide, just like the knees. Sometimes I like to imagine that I am in a grassy field and staring up at the clouds and seeing different images in the clouds. Blue sky and the sun. Just letting the earth hold you. Slowly starting to unwind and move your way back to center. Taking your hands to the outsides of your knees again. Bringing the feet flat, knees toward the ceiling. Hands to wherever it feels good. Maybe your knees drift together for a few breaths. Just feeling the effects of that pose. And taking the arms out, elbows bent, and just starting to let your knees drift side to side as you walk your feet a little bit wider. Coming into our windshield wiper pose, just letting your knees drift over to the left. Maybe you turn and look over your right shoulder. Maybe you let your knees drift into the blanket or use some support of the pillow underneath your knees. Gently turning your head back to center and beginning to move your knees back through the center, and this time shifting your hips a little bit over to the other side and letting the knees fall to the right. This time turning, looking over your left shoulder. Slowly starting to come back through center. Just noticing how everything feels. Maybe here, taking that pillow, putting your feet on it, if your cat will let you. Possibly taking your blanket or towel, unrolling it a little bit, and just wrapping it around your hips, kind of tucking in just a little bit around your hips so you feel like something is really giving you a little bit of a hug or some support. Take these last few moments for Savasana, the healing energy of just being still and supported. Feel yourself being held and cared for by the ground beneath you and the props. Even feeling the energy of the earth beneath you coming in and flowing into your body, into your hands and feet and arms and legs, your back, your shoulders and your head. Giving you that support that you need. Giving back some of the energy that you have put out to care for others. Feel a warmth in the center of your chest, as if this props, the blanket, the pillows, the ground are giving you a big hug. Pouring energy and healing and emotional support back into your body and your mind, into your subtle energy field. Staying here as long as you need to. Maybe you even fall asleep here, which would be wonderful because you probably need it. Lucy and I will leave you here, sending you a big hug and offering you a little time to reboot, replenish, or maybe just rest and restore. Thank you for sharing this practice with us. Peace.